Hello everybody and welcome back. We are playing some Diana Aphelios today. I love this deck. I only tried it a little bit this past season as I didn't have a ton of success with it on my own when I was playing it, but it seems like it has a lot of fun tools, and I really enjoy the playstyle of the mid-range Nightfall rather than just the pure aggro stuff that you typically think of with stuff like Stygian Onlooker. It has some of my favorite cards, stuff like the Flight. If you guys have been watching for a while, you know I love that card. It has a very interesting game plan at the end. You have Lunari Priestess to help grind out the late games. The Cloven Way is a card I don't see in a ton of decks, but I really like. It's not like a finisher, but it's actually kind of fun with the extra stun, kind of like an extra Gravitum. And so while it's not the best card in the game, the extra Overwhelm is pretty nice compared to something like the Crescent Guardian, where the Crescent Guardian is pretty easy to remove. We have Triple Vengeance as extra removal, kind of like jumping into that mid-range play with Aphelios to help control the board, set up a strong board presence, rather than purely relying on an early game with Diana. And the Winding Light is triple way to finish the game, definitely our best finisher, because he doesn't get overwhelmed anymore, but we're set up to have a wide board, able to to trigger him several times. We can play the Winding Light and get an attack off, and then the next time we attack, even if we don't have another Winding Light, we can have a 2-mana activation with Underdust, which kind of helps surprise the opponent and pump some extra damage. So I think it could be a pretty solid deck in the right hands, although I'm not confident that I'm going to be able to do super well with it. I think it has the tools to deal with pirates pretty well, stuff like Vile Feast and Guiding Touch, while also being able to help control the board with Diana's Challenger to help remove key units. And obviously Aphelios is pretty good at grinding out value if you're able to survive long enough. So I think it'll be interesting to see how we do. I really enjoy this deck, and with the season winding down, I wanted to find a deck that I really enjoy to play. And even if it's not my best deck, really get good at it and put the time in on it. So let's get into it. Let me know what decks you guys have been playing. If you've been settling into the more meta stuff, if you have a rogue pick that you've really been enjoying. I've seen a ton of Ezreal Kennen lately. Like, I saw it was a pretty good win right now, but like I was surprised it was that popular. Because it seems like it's like pretty good when it gets the hand that you need. I think that's like one of the things I've heard from a lot of people is that Ezreal Kennen is just very, very inconsistent if you can't get Kennen going early, right? Okay, Pirates, cool. Kind of the matchup I'm looking to see the most. I want to see how we can handle it. Like, this hand's really bad. The last time I played the deck, it kind of felt like this, where we got like a lot of Pale Cascades and stuff that weren't super useful. So we'll see how it goes. Like, maybe one thing you could check to see is if if you got a Withering Whale in the deck somewhere. Like, this is a bummer, right? Obviously, we only have a few 1-drops in the deck, stuff like the Lunari Dustbringer. It's always a great start, but the Sky Shadows I used to not be a big fan of, but now I'm pretty happy with it. I used to not be a fan of like the 1 health, even for like the 3 damage, but the mana feels pretty good, because I wasn't a huge fan of an aggro deck, but maybe I should be, right? Do we ever pass here? What do we attack? They just block, then we take 3 damage on the open. And if we don't, there's a chance they can play Make It Rain next turn. We'll have Pale Cascade, but we don't have Pale Cascade activated. I guess we just pass. That seems awkward. Like, that's an awkward little moment. I'm not sure what to do there. Vile Feast is really good as well. Okay, if they open like this, we're pretty happy. I think we're fine. I don't particularly know how to approach this. I don't really want to base the Vile Feast on the rear guard. But we're not getting much if we just play the Sky Shadows, right? Like, do we go? Because I want to activate the Lunari Priestess. Passing seems really bad. I'm almost tempted to just use the Underdusk as a draw, because we don't have any Nightfall allies in our hand anytime soon to like really set up a combo with it, and we need to find pieces soon. Like a Diana would be really good. We're already down to 7 health. I don't know. I'm gonna go with the Vile Feast here. This play seems strange. I'm really not happy with it, but I want to be able to activate the Nightfall and get on board more. Honestly, I'm pretty happy with the Messenger here. I don't particularly need to pick him off with the Serpent, I don't think. Next turn we can play the Messenger and the Sky Shadows and have like a pretty solid... Oof, yeah, okay. So I think this is fine then. The Messenger helps cycle us through. Keeps... And like, we don't need to attack here. So I'm going to open with the Sky Shadows to activate Pale Cascade if we need to. Okay. I'll keep him alive. Yeah, like this is what I mean. Like Sunblast Vigor is fine, Unjust is fine, but like none of these are helping us deal with the board at the moment, right? We're kind of just like scraping along. I don't think there's any reason to attack here. We'll just wait until next turn as blockers. If they try to use like a Make It Rain or something, we have Sunblast Vigor. And there's Aphelios, that's pretty good. That's like our way out of this to help start controlling the board here. So I think we just go like this, right? I don't really care to save the messenger. We'll see what they do. Make it rain, okay. Okay, that's actually fine. So we'll just use this to block here, keep that block alive, and then play our Aphelios. And we'll probably go Crescendum into Calibrum. Maybe we could go Calibrum into Severum. I don't really want to attack with Aphelios though. They might have Riptide Sermon next turn, so we need to be careful of that. Well, I guess we can go Crescendum into Severum as well, that's true. I don't know why I thought about this for a second. Okay, this is fine. I'm fine with this. Oh. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. That's fine. Like, they have 2 cards in hand, and we still have enough health that I'm not like worried about the burn quite yet. They would need like Double Decimate and a Riptide Sermon or like some other 2-burn spell, obviously. We could go the Flight into the Cloven Way. Maybe Crescendum's just better though. I'm probably just gonna work Crescendum. It's like, this is a better chance we'll get a better blocker, like if just any 2 health unit is fine. Because I don't want the Flight to be prone to another Make It Rain. And then we can activate the Cloven Way as a stun. Now he can't be activated with Underdesk, unfortunately. That's actually pretty good for them. I don't really want to pass here. Oh, he can't even block. That's kind of awkward. Is it ever worth it to save the Cloven Way? Maybe. Maybe we should just play the Flight here. And then next turn they'll develop. And we can play Underdusk Cloven Way as a simple way to get going. Maybe this is fine. Because do we care if they open attack? Probably not. We can just Vengeance to save 2 damage if we need to, right? Because there's a good chance they'll develop. It's kind of silly. I don't want to use the. It's not very threatening, honestly. If we play this, we take 4 damage. That seems like a lot. This seems sketch. This seems sketch. We'll just stun the quick attacker, because that way, if they have any way to reduce his health, we don't have to worry about the quick attack just in case. I don't think they do, right? They'd have to use like a fervor or something. But this way we take 2 damage. This seems fine. 2 damage is about as good as we're gonna get here. They could double decimate us. I don't think it matters though. We can't draw into heals this turn anyways. So next turn we can try to find like a what do you want to call it? I can't think of the name. The Twin Sisters. What are they called? You know what I mean. Golden Sisters? Is it Golden Sisters? With the lifesteal and the elusive? But we need to find it soon. Again, we don't really have any easy Nightfall, because I don't think this guy, you can't stun a specific enemy when you do this. So I guess we'll just play the Flight. Actually, one interesting thing you can do is play the Glenari Priestess, and then she'll just randomly invoke a card, but that doesn't seem great either. We could just attack, but we only get 1 thing here. Let's go for 2 draws if we can. We can kind of like react with a Vengeance to a Fervor if we need to, because just Fate's gonna level at some point. Okay, well, we gotta go for it now. Nope. Unfortunate. Alright, GG. Yeah, I don't know. It just feels clunky. Like, we don't have a ton of ways of interacting with the board. I feel like so many times I'm like, I don't want this Sunbless figure. I don't want this Unto Dusk necessarily at that specific time. Obviously, we would have been much better off if I had a way to protect that Aphelios. Maybe there's an argument to, like, wait a turn, but I definitely didn't expect him to fervor into our Aphelios. I think it makes sense, because our Aphelios was our win condition there. Alright, this is the other deck I was actually pretty interested to see. Do we have any way to activate Diana? I think we'll keep the Sky Shadows and Diana. On turn 2, I don't think there are any ways to keep Diana, or to activate Diana's Nightfall on turn 2 necessarily, but she'll be our turn 3 play. And I meant, like, obviously if we drew Duskbringer, we could use Diana, but, like, not if, without Duskbringer, there was nothing we could draw on turn 2 and still play Diana as well. Alright, this is fine. We'll get our mana going. Next turn we can play Diana if we need to. We could just drop a Priestess of Dusk. Obviously, it's just a silly play. Yeah, hopefully Diana will just be able to kind of drain their resources to force them to use recalls on Kennen and stuff at, like, in awkward moments. Because obviously they're going to want to be recalling him anyways. But if we can at least try to empty their hand quickly, hopefully we can get enough value out of stuff like the Cloven Way, maybe some invokes. The fight's pretty good. We're just going to take it there. And I think we kind of just pass here. Next turn we can play the Sky Shadows into Diana. But we're wasting a lot of mana there. Is there anything we can do to just play Diana now? Next turn we'll have 4 mana. I don't really want to use Unto Dusk particularly there. But I guess it's not the end of the world to get the draw. We'll just pass. I don't want them to react and, like, get an early mark on Diana. Okay, this is actually fine. We can go Diana here, and then Pale Cascade, or Unto Dusk. Either one's fine. Because we'll need Pale Cascade to pick off the Eye of the Dragon, or we could just go after the Kennen. Which I'm not really sure which is better. They're going to want to be recalling Kennen. And so that's my trouble in this matchup, right? Do we want to force them to use the cards on Kennen? Or do we kind of just, like, don't care, force them to use in awkward spots, like when they don't want to? Okay, that's pretty bad. I guess we have to go after the Kennens, right? Like, two Kennens alive is pretty bad here. Okay, second Pale Cascade's okay. And I think we'll just go after Kennen. Like, a Vile Feast would be really good to react into a recall here. Dang, that does 2 to my flight. That's unfortunate. Alright, we'll just end round. Pale Cascade keep our Diana alive through the Lightning Rush. Ooh, another Pale Cascade. I don't really want to take this much damage. This seems really bad. Well, if they ever find their Ezreal leveled up, we're just gonna get gunned down if we go that low. But I don't know. 2 health versus 1 health doesn't really matter here. I'm gonna say that. We have another Diana in hand in case worst comes to worst. But I don't think this is... I mean, we're only saving 1 damage, so maybe it's not even worth it, right? But, like, this opens the Eye of the Dragon up to Vile Feast at least. And then... I hate wasting the mana on Sky Shadows. This card feels so clunky sometimes. Like, I never feel like I'm using enough mana before playing the Sky Shadows. Like, I have to end up using him as a Nightfall activator. But I never actually, like, end up making use of the mana. I guess the Messenger. Supernova is way too slow, and Moonglow isn't worth it. They can just pop Spell Shield too easily with the marks.
Conflict ends. All things in cycles. Someday we will be one.
I would never use, even because like Diana would have 2 health. We could have just used Pale Cascade, I suppose. So I guess that was a bit of an odd play. I don't know. I feel like I've been playing so clunky the past few days. Okay, we have the Messenger into Diana as our easy Nightfall trigger. And Aphelios is actually really good too. I don't know if it's better though. I don't think it's better because how are we ever putting pressure on them? Alright, well Diana will level up here, but again, it doesn't really matter because it's more about like they just have so many interaction spells that it doesn't matter how much strength Diana gets, right? Alright, we'll just go here. I don't want to attack with these others. They'll just die to the Dragonling. Because they won't block the 3-1. They'll just replay Cannon, kill it. They'll just block one of these with the 2-1, then we won't have any good blockers. If they have Lightning Rush, we can Pale Cascade to keep Diana alive. Okay. This will actually kill him with the level up. Obviously, if they don't have interaction. And this can do another 2. But that wouldn't be enough to catch up to Twin Disciplines. Just Homecoming. Okay. No, I guess we can play Diana again, right? Because what's our play next turn? We'd have 8 mana. So we could play Diana. Next turn we could play 4 mana to play these 2, and then we'd have enough mana for Onto Dusk, I guess, if we need it, but also a Aphelios gun. That seems fine.
Chosen of the moon, we open our hearts to her gentle light.
Vengeance feels really bad at the moment, doesn't it? Against stuff like Pirates and Ezreal Cannon, just doesn't do much. Because you're falling so far behind against Pirates if you're spending 6 mana to kill like just a Misfortune. And it's almost never going to actually resolve against a Cannon. The Cloven Weed's not bad either. But it's pretty brutal. They only need to get 1 more Cannon and then they level up. How do we deal with that? Do we... I guess we have to try to kill like... kill the rest of the board. Aphelios dies as well to the Mark of the Storms. I don't particularly know what to do here. I think we just play Aphelios. Maybe into Severin? I don't know. Does Severin matter? Because, like, the Ezreal, right, is like... I guess we could go Gravitum. Like, if we go grab them here, and the next turn we play Cloven Way onto something. Onto, like, the 2 Kinku Wayfinders, for example. They'll have a Dragonling, and then how much do they care about taking the damage, right? We'll be pushing, like, maybe 10 damage or so. I think we're probably going to lose our board here, so I'm just going to get the extra blocker.
We will resist.
And we'll just pass here. I want to at least represent Pale Cascade in case they try to get kind of leveled up. Do these decks usually run triple Kinku Wayfinder? I'm not actually sure.
The order rewards its faithful.
Okay, now I'll play Crescendum because we have an easy way to get the gun next turn with... I guess I'll just go Severum here. We have an easy way to get the gun with the Dust Petal Dust and the Cloven Way. And we can go Dust Petal Dust, Cloven Way, and then play Severum onto the Cloven Way since he has Overwhelm, so that if they recall like the blocker. I'll just stun the Elusive at the next round start, I suppose. Because I kind of want to get rid of these guys. So like next turn if they run into our 2/2s, we don't particularly care. Sign in, okay. Well, that should hopefully tap them out of most of their answers. We could go Gravitum. Seems good. I do want to kill one of the cannons here if we can with Diana. Unto could be an interesting way to invoke or just generate a random Aphelios gun. Not particularly excited about that line of play. But 2 of them hands just so clunky. Like, what else are we doing with them? And they went with the Homecoming mana, that's right. So I'd have to do like Recall or Lightning Rush to keep this cannon alive. Honestly, Lightning Rush should be pretty good for them because then they'd have no cannons on board, so they could finally play their final cannon. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Alright, we got some lifesteal, which is nice, but our champs are probably going to die soon. This is not a bad one. Aphelios is okay. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so Cannon's leveled up now, so that's actually not going to do much. If they play Ezreal, we have to kind of shoot him on the spot, don't we?
I'm so good, I surprised myself.
Okay. They still have so much mana, don't they? If they have Deny, they go down to 3 mana. Then they'll get 2 Marks of the Storm. We'll have 4 mana. What can we do with that? I don't want to play the Trickster first, because that'll let them attack and get the mark from at least 1 mark from Kennen for Ezreal. Are we in that much danger of dying though? Is it just better to play? Like if we go Vengeance right now, we'll have 4 mana left. We could get another random gun or a Priestess trigger. I don't know. I guess it's kind of to disincentivize them from attacking with Ezreal at least. So that saves like 2 damage from the elusive, 2 damage from the Mystic Shot. I guess 3 damage from the Mystic Shot if they go face. So maybe that's fine. And maybe they play something that I don't. Yeah, I don't know why they play anything else. Maybe they're just probably gonna open tech here. So like they're never gonna be tapping below deny mana.
I'm in.
I guess we kind of just have to rip it. That seems bad though. Like how long would we have to wait to actually kill them?
I know your true heart.
I guess we can just go like this and see what they do. Diana's probably dead. We don't have a way to protect her. So unless they use this one Mark of the Storm on something else. I don't know why they would though. Okay, actually this is fine, because since this resolves we can just Vile Feast Ezreal now. And we get Gravitum. Gravitum's interesting. Gravitum's actually very interesting. I think if this goes... Rats. Okay. Okay, well now we can't vengeance him. And we are most likely dead. Sure. So we can play Cloven Way now onto the Eye of the Dragon. And next turn we can grab him something else. And then Winding Light. We'll have exactly 10 mana, so we won't be able to play Gravitum Winding Light onto Dusk. Dang. Oopsies, I forgot to update the win total, didn't I? I was too distracted from the Pirate's loss. Okay. They're down to 3 cards in hand. Obviously they have like stuff like Sign In to refill the hand. Another Telestones would be bad. So there's definitely a chance this goes wrong. I don't even know if we'll have lethal if we play Winding Light. We'll be putting up a lot of damage, but they'll have at least one Ephemeral Dragonling in hand. They'll create a Dragonling from here. They played 6 spells this round, that's so funny. Especially since the Winding Light himself doesn't have Overwhelm, I don't know if we'll be able to push enough damage.
What is gained when you return malevolent?
Alright, I guess we can grab him the Dragonling. I don't know if we're ever going to be able to win this round. But... at least it'll stop 2 healing. What could they have that wouldn't kill us? They'd have to have like... just a whole bunch of units, which seems unlikely. Like... yeah, that's pretty annoying.
I possess the secrets of King Ku.
Alright, GG. That's such a cool deck. Alright, probably only one more. It's gonna be a little bit of a short stream today, but these decks seem to be going long. It's already been like, what, 30 minutes? Usually by the time like the 45 to 50 minute mark comes along, I'm finished with about 5 games. Or I guess it's just that one game where like the Pirates game was fine. That one was quick. But it's the Ezreal Kennen ones. I definitely think Ahri was the cooler duo in the Ezreal, or in the Ahri Kennen decks. But this is still pretty cool. Karma Victor, another interesting one. It feels cool to have Ionia back, man. I haven't seen it in so long. Okay. Turn 2 will have the Sky Shadows. I don't think any of the other ones are really good. Vile Feast isn't going to hit anything, right? What are the early units? Eye of the Dragon and the bot, Ballistic Bot. So we can probably pitch that one. Nice, okay, that's actually really interesting. I guess we'll go Flight on turn 1. See what we can get in. Turn 2 we can just play Sky Shadows. And then have the Flight as our easy turn 3 activator if we find Diana. Okay, then we'll be able to get a Dragonling hopefully next round, so this is fine. I guess we could play double fight if we need to. I don't know if that's always fantastic, but it's fun. It's like, I don't know.
I fight with my spirit.
We'll push a good amount of damage at least, right? They're probably going to get a lot of... We're just going to swing on everything. I doubt they block.
Ready yourself.
Okay. I will Pale Cascade this to keep it alive. It trades with the Eye of the Dragons pretty well. Nice. So many fights. Yeah, not activating the Dragonlings is still pretty good for us. Alright, we can't do too much about him. We're using a lot of mana here, which is fine, I suppose. Lifesteal, sure. Do we ever play the flight here? How much? I think we do. Because next turn if we're playing the Cloven Way, we can't play the flight and the Cloven Way, so we'll just play the flight now, and the next turn we can just Guiding Touch into Cloven Way. Oh, sure. That's actually kind of annoying, because they're going to be picking off like all of our units. But it's not the end of the world. The flight obviously isn't a game-winning unit for us. That's pretty annoying, though. I guess we could just kill Victor. I don't know. Vile Feast one of the Dragonlings and then play the Cloven Way on the other Dragonling. I guess is fine. Is that fine? That seems bad. We could just play Vengeance and do nothing else this turn. And if they have a Deny, we feel pretty bad though. If we go in with Cloven Way, and they have like a Twin Disciplines to keep their Victor alive against the Cloven Way, they'll heal for like 3 or 4 damage, depending on like if they get the Hex Core upgrade. I don't know, I guess we're pushing a fair chunk of damage here. That seems really bad again though. Like just playing Vengeance seems like we're just walking into a Deny, or even like a Homecoming or whatever, and then we just do nothing with our turn. The next turn they attack with like triple lifesteal units. We could just pass and set up for a Winding Light turn. Because even if they trade off, we're only pushing like 1 damage. Okay, so they did have Deny, so that's 1 Deny gone. So that's actually pretty good then that we played around that so that we can hopefully get the Vengeance next turn. And now we're pretty happy just passing them. Oh yeah, that's right, the Deny was the second skill. Okay, well I guess we'll just let them heal then. Next turn we'll have 7 mana, so we need to save at least enough for... we can't kill Victor and have enough for the Winding Light next turn. Okay. That's a little bit unfortunate, I suppose. They want to play at least something else. Okay, that's actually really good for them. Okay. This feels really bad, doesn't it? Oh, that's actually a really good card. So that'll let us set up another Winding Light turn. We actually get to push a lot of damage to these guys, even if they trade off for the Dragonlings. It's probably better to just swing with everything here, even if we lose these 2 guys. A concussive palm would be pretty annoying. It could stop our elusive and block like the Winding Light or something. Because they have so much lifesteal. Ah, rats. I forgot they were getting those up soon. Okay. Well, I still think we traded everything in here. Even like our spiders pushing 2 damage into the dragonling. And I doubt they'll want to sacrifice the Eye of the Dragons. Yeah, like 20 damage is actually still pretty cool.
The dragon binds us.
Okay, I'm not totally against this. This is fine. They're leaving our big guy alive, hopefully. Oh, homecoming. Oh, interesting. That's actually really bad.
Your lesson begins.
Okay, next turn is finally our vengeance turn, probably. Probably has to be. Especially before they hit spell shield. Because he's going to level up as soon as he casts this first one. They're going to be getting a lot more life, of course. I will just play Vengeance here before they can get Spell Shield. Because, I don't know, I don't think they're going to be tapping below 4 mana very easily this turn, right? I think there's a chance, but he's getting huge. He's going to be killing us soon. Rats. This feels like such a bad block. They're almost 100% gonna do something, right? Well, in that case, we'll go over here. So at the very least, if they react, we can play Unto Dusk to kill the Die of the Dragon. Or we get to kill their Victor. Sure. And yes, Augment, that's actually hilarious. And regen. One Eye of the Dragon down. Oops. Wrong card. Help. Okay, there we go. Oh. It's a card. Can she kill Victor here? 5/3 plus 2, 7/3? No. Not happening. We could stop 1 more damage, so I'd have to have like a Deathlory Mark 1 again. Dang, okay. Hold on, I didn't play Diana's Pal Cascade there, did I? Okay, good. I was gonna say if I accidentally burnt my second Diana. Okay. We can hope for Guiding Touch into another Diana, but it won't be able to kill Victor, but at least be able to kill the Eye of the Dragon. Dang.
We were peaceful once.
Okay, we need a Vengeance, or I think that's about it. We have 2 Vengeances left in deck. Oh, I guess actually doing this, we can, if it's not Spell Shield, we can just stun him for at least a turn. Keeps us alive. Sets up another Winding Light turn, so we're feeling fine. I'm just gonna keep our dudes healthy. I don't want him to be vulnerable to like a Mystic Shot or something. 9 health, we're not really worried about the burn yet, I don't think. Yeah, I'm gonna pass. I want to save the mana for Pale Cascade. Next turn we'll have 9 unit mana spent. But we'll have 4 mana left over, so we can play Pale Cascade, and if we dig into a Unto Dusk, we're looking pretty good. Maybe. Sun plus Vigor. Okay. Do meditation. Another brilliant design. Alright, let's do your thing, Winding Light. Can you take down Victor? We'll just begin with these 3, so we can Pale Cascade to kill Victor. I don't want to attack with these 3, because they could just literally take like 3 hits here, almost all 3 of these hits. and then just one hit with Victor. We're at least gonna force a spell out, and if we happen to find our next Underdusk, we still have 2 Underdusks in deck. Okay. Even if this goes through there. Ah. Did we actually get there? What did they discard? Why is that not showing yet? Okay. Well, we'll see, I suppose, but... And if they actually kill this, they take 13 damage. They don't actually get to... Rats. Yeah, they take a lot of damage, though, since they don't actually get the lifesteal from Victor, but I don't think they particularly care about that. Next turn, I'd like a burst way to activate Nightfall so we can play Priestess right away, because now we have to play... Rats. Alright, GG's. GG's. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I don't know. I felt like I played the deck pretty poorly. It does some cool things, but it just doesn't feel like it has the right answers a lot. Sometimes, like, the Sunblessed Figure and the Underdusk, all this feels kind of clunky, but let me know what you guys think and what decks you guys have been playing. So, I'll catch you next time. Thank you so much for watching.